What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but I figured I'd start off the channel by building this K-Series Insight. This is a swap I've always wanted to do, or just a K-Series swap in general. And for some reason, I'm weirdly obsessed with these cars. This is a 2002 Honda Insight. I also have a 2000 Honda Insight, which you guys will probably see on the channel a little bit later. But this car, I believe, has 260,000 on it, which, if you're familiar with these Honda Insights, is not very much at all. I believe my daily driver has like 200,000 on it, and it still runs and drives perfect. But nonetheless, this is the K-swap car. I've already got the engine out, which I didn't film. And I actually already sold the transmission, which paid for the car. I paid 500 bucks for a running and driving 2002 Honda Insight. It ran and drove pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I actually still have the engine sitting over here, which are a complete pain to remove. So if you plan on doing this swap, have fun. It's not that hard to remove, but unfortunately this car has a bunch of miles on it, so a lot of the connectors were kind of stuck, and I just started cutting them, to be honest. And then you have the whole IMA wiring that goes to the back of the car, which I've completely taken out. I guess I can't really show you guys, but there's a whole thing. I'll put it on the screen now. You basically have to remove the whole battery pack and the ECUs that are back there, control modules, things of that nature. So that's all been removed already. So now we're just down to little piddle stuff, like removing the engine harness for the Insight engine, and basically the stuff we don't need. I do plan on painting the engine bay on this car. I plan on keeping the outside basically stock. It's pretty beat. I have another mirror the guy gave me with the car. This side spat's falling off. Actually, the old IMA battery's sitting right here, so I'm trying to find somebody to buy this core, or I'll just recycle it. But yeah, the shell is in pretty decent shape. Actually, the paint on this car is pretty good. Once I polish it, it'll be really nice. I have the OEM wheels, which are behind my shop. So I'll be putting those back on, probably with just some R888s or something. But I'm super excited for this swap, and I'm really excited just to document it and show you guys. Like I said, there's some small flaws on the car. Actually, this is probably the first Honda Insight in the world to start corroding, which is crazy because these cars are made of aluminum, so it really should not be corroding. But if you guys aren't familiar with these cars, they've only made 17,000 of them from 2000 to 2006, and stupid me has 2 of them. So taking a look at the engine that I have for this car, I picked this engine up in Nashville, which is about 6 hours from me. It's a complete long block K20A2. I got valve cover to oil pan, intake, the water pump, all that stuff for 800 bucks. The guy said it ran and drove when he pulled it out. It just had an oil leak, and he was going to fix the oil leak, but he had a K20, K24, or maybe it was K20, K24, K20 that he was going to boost, and he built. So long story short, he didn't need this engine, and he completely did all the valve seals, timing chain and stuff in that, and I have the paperwork for it. So pretty cool. But you guys can see we did already started doing downstarred hardware. I got a nice K-tuned drag cartel valve cover, hybrid racing coil pack cover, which is just sitting on there now. And then I also have drag cartel oil cap and dipstick. And then we painted the engine OEM silver, and I still have to paint the water pump assembly and thermostat, housing, whatever you want to say. We're actually going to be getting a swivel thermostat housing, so that won't be needed. But I actually got a clutch with the engine, which I'm probably not going to use. It's some knockoff brand, and I don't really trust it. So that's why I just painted the flywheel and stuff. So if you see that, that's why. But we already got some K-tuned oil cooler hoses as well. Basically, this thing's ready to drop in. And it also, this valve cover is really cool. It has the -10 AN ports on the front, back, and then there's a -8 over here in case you want to do something else. And then over here next to the shop truck, I actually picked up a transmission for it the day I bought the car. I actually drove the car unregistered and everything like that right off the trailer. It's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, when I went and picked this transmission up. This is a 2006, I believe, Honda TSX transmission. My buddy Quentin had laying around, so shout out to Quentin. It appears to be in really nice shape. Obviously, we're going to paint this thing too. And, you know, we'll soak it in oven cleaner, let it sit just like we did the engine, get it painted up, buy a clutch for it, probably buy some new sensors, you know, clean the shift linkage, stuff like that. Like I said, I think it's out of a 2006. He told me, and I can't remember, and I have it in my files, but yeah, seems to be pretty good. I think it's open diff too, which kind of sucks, but you know, eventually these transmissions are super easy to pull in and out of the car. You can have one out in like 15-20 minutes. Probably not that fast, probably like half hour you can have this transmission out. And you know, you can have a LSD in it within a day or so. So we've got all the parts basically for this car. Just want to introduce the build on the channel and kind of see what your guys' thoughts are. And maybe I'll show the other inside I have too, which is a 2000. I don't know, I'm just weirdly obsessed with these cars. There's crazy facts on these cars. Again, they're all aluminum. This one's not in bad shape. I mean, for 500 bucks, you really can't beat it. I mean, I like I said, I sold the transmission out of this car for $560 shipped. So, I mean, it already paid for the car. It's also crazy that these cars still have the least drag efficiency on the road still today with a radiator. Tesla obviously has the least drag efficiency vehicle in the world right now. But if it's gasoline powered and with a radiator AC condenser, this car still holds the record since 2000, which is crazy to think because these cars are 22 years old. So, you know, it's just wild to think how far ahead Honda was with the game. They actually never made a dollar making these cars off the assembly line. They lost money making them, which is insane. So yeah, guys, I just want to introduce the build on the channel. Like I said, just get your guys' thoughts on the car, see what you guys think, maybe what you guys want to see. Obviously, I'm sure you guys probably still want to see some shop truck content. This thing's pretty spanked now. I've honestly been neglecting it and really should give some TLC, but my friend Quentin that I just mentioned a little bit ago made me a pretty dope fender exit right off the 78. So you guys can see that there. Nice little ding I put in the freaking fender. But yeah, it needs a bath, paint corrected. I mean, it needs the whole 9. So maybe we'll get started on that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. We'll be making some episodes. I'm actually going to start filming the next episode to this video right now, tearing the car apart. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.